For most of human history, hearing wolves in the darkness was not comforting, it was terrifying. Imagine living 30,000 years ago. The sun has gone down, your campfire is the only light for miles. Beyond that small circle of safety lies a world filled with predators. Then you hear it, a distant howl. Wolves were among the most efficient hunters on Earth. They traveled in packs, they could track scents over enormous distances. Their endurance was legendary. And in the darkness, their senses far outperformed yours. Yet somehow, out of every animal humans encountered, wolves became our closest allies. Not bears, not horses, not monkeys. Wolves.
Today, there are hundreds of millions of dogs living alongside people across the world. They protect homes, guide the blind, locate missing people, detect explosives, herd livestock, and somehow convince humans to buy them birthday cakes. But none of this was planned. No prehistoric tribe gathered around a fire and decided to create dogs. In reality, the process seems to have started almost by accident, and according to many researchers, wolves may have begun changing themselves long before humans understood what was happening. To see how, we need to return to the Ice Age. Between roughly 20,000 and 40,000 years ago, humans lived as hunter-gatherers. Small groups moved constantly across vast landscapes searching for food. Life was difficult.
Many hunts ended in failure. Injuries could be fatal. Winters killed countless people, and surrounding nearly every camp were predators looking for opportunities, including wolves. Now consider something important. Humans leave leftovers. Even in harsh conditions, hunter-gatherers generated waste, bones, scraps of meat, animal skins, pieces of carcasses that weren't fully consumed. To a hungry wolf, a human campsite represented an unusual opportunity: free food.
At first, wolves likely stayed far away. The boldest individuals approached. Some got too close and were driven off or killed. Others kept their distance and missed out on easy meals. But within wolf populations, there were differences. Some animals were naturally calmer, less aggressive, less fearful, more willing to tolerate humans. Those wolves may have gained a major advantage. Instead of risking injury while hunting dangerous prey, they could survive partly by scavenging around human camps.
Generation after generation, natural selection began favoring certain personalities. The wolves that could tolerate humans often gained access to more food. The most aggressive animals received fewer benefits. Over long periods of time, the population slowly shifted. And then something remarkable happened. The wolves themselves began to change. This sounds strange, but scientists have actually observed a similar process. In 1959, Soviet geneticist Dmitry Belyayev launched an experiment involving silver foxes. His goal was simple. He wanted to understand domestication.
So he selected the tamest foxes from each generation and bred only those animals. Nothing else. No special training, no tricks, no deliberate physical changes, only friendliness. The results were astonishing. Within a few decades, the foxes began behaving more like dogs. They sought human attention, they wagged their tails, they licked hands, they became noticeably more social. But behavioral changes weren't the only surprise. Their appearance changed too.
Some developed floppy ears, others showed curled tails, white patches appeared in their fur, their faces became softer and less wolf-like. Scientists now refer to this pattern as part of domestication syndrome. Across many species, selecting for reduced aggression often produces physical changes as well. The earliest proto-dogs may have experienced something similar. As generations passed, wolves living near humans may have gradually become smaller, calmer, and less intimidating. Not fully domesticated, not exactly wild, something in between. And this transformation may not have happened in a single location. Humans and wolves occupied enormous areas across Europe and Asia. Similar relationships could have emerged independently in multiple regions. For thousands of years, this process unfolded without anyone recognizing its significance.
But humans probably notice the advantages fairly quickly. Wolves hear danger before people do. They detect scents humans miss. They notice movement at greater distances. A wolf near camp acted like an early warning system. Predators approaching, the wolves reacted first. Strangers nearby, the wolves noticed. Animals moving through the landscape, the wolves often detected them long before humans could. Both species benefited, and once cooperation began providing survival advantages, the relationship strengthened rapidly.
This is why dogs are considered humanity's first domesticated animal. Long before sheep, long before goats, long before farming, dogs were already living alongside people. Then agriculture arrived, human diets changed, settlements became permanent, and dogs adapted yet again. Modern dogs possess genetic adaptations that allow them to digest starch-rich foods far more efficiently than wolves.
Think about what that means. Dogs didn't just live with humans, they evolved with humans. For thousands of generations, each species influenced the other. The connection eventually became deeper than practical survival. When humans and dogs make eye contact, both experience increases in oxytocin, a hormone strongly associated with bonding and attachment. The same chemical plays a major role in relationships between parents and children. Wolves generally do not form this type of bond with humans. Dogs do. Even the famous puppy dog eyes may be part of this story.
Some researchers believe dogs evolved facial expressions that humans instinctively respond to. Animals that appeared more expressive may have received more care, more protection, and more opportunities to survive. Over time, emotional communication became part of the partnership itself. Some anthropologists even argue that dogs improved hunting efficiency enough to help human populations expand into new regions. In a very real sense, dogs may have helped humans conquer the planet. Of course, domestication also had consequences. Many modern breeds suffer from health issues created through selective breeding. Some struggle to breathe. Others develop spinal problems. Certain breeds can no longer give birth naturally.
Yet despite thousands of years of change, traces of the wolf remain. When dogs circle before lying down, when they bury food, when they howl into the night, when their paws twitch during dreams, ancient instincts are still there, hidden beneath thousands of years of companionship. Inside every tiny chihuahua and every giant husky exists the legacy of an Ice Age predator. And perhaps that's why dogs feel different from every other domesticated animal. Cattle live beside us, horses work with us, cats tolerate us, dogs chose us. They slept beside our fires while predators waited beyond the darkness. They traveled through storms, migrations, and frozen landscapes. They guarded camps, shared hunts, crossed continents, and eventually became family. One discovery captures this better than almost anything else. In Germany, archaeologists uncovered a burial dating back roughly 14,000 years. Inside were a man, a woman, and a dog. The dog had suffered a serious illness while young, yet it survived long enough that someone must have cared for it. Think about that. Ice Age people living in an unforgiving world spent precious food, effort, and time helping a sick dog stay alive. That goes far beyond usefulness. That suggests affection, companionship, perhaps even love.
For thousands of generations, humans and dogs shaped each other's futures, and it all may have started with a few wolves willing to approach a campfire for scraps. No grand invention, no master plan, just curiosity, opportunity, and evolution, slowly transforming fear into friendship. And tonight, somewhere nearby, a dog will probably fall asleep beside a human, completely unaware that this partnership began tens of thousands of years ago. But now you know. If you enjoyed this video about how humans accidentally created dogs, subscribe for more fascinating videos exploring the most interesting topics.